First, we will pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to the 16th Dharma King Karmapa. And homage to Master Dukten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of Homa today, Saraswati, Celestial Maiden. Simu, Tudeng Siti Rinpoche, all masters, Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, all disciples present here and over the internet, and our participating VIPs today are from the Taiwan government, the Chief Secretary, Mr. Zheng Peifu and Mrs. Zheng. To the Scholars Group, the distinguished Professor Wang Jingxian, Professor Wang Li, Professor Mai Yifang, Professor Gu Haoxiang, Professor Cai Guoyu, Professor Ye Shuwen, Professor Hong Xinyi, and Dr. You Jiangcheng, and Medical Doctor Lin Jun'an. The President of Worldwide Lotus Light Charity Society, Master Chang Yuan, and the Director of the Taiwan Lotus Light Charity Society, Mr. Li Chunyong, and the representative to the councilperson from Tainan City, from Jingyi Enterprise Company General Manager Zhang, and Qiping Furniture Store, Miss Huang, and an artist from Hong Kong, Miss Deng Lixun. From CTI TV Taiwan, producers for Gini Diansang Xington, Miss Rebecca Shiachi,
my sister Liu Shengmei 女士，我们感谢廖东洲大使
and we would like to thank the Ambassador Daniel Liao and Mrs. Liao, who is stationed in Sweden, and for their gift of flower bouquet, for the well wishes to Grandmaster Simu for great health, and also for the success of the ceremony. So Ambassador Liao took a station in Sweden.
Good
afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
大家安，大家好。你好，大家好。那今天我们做的是
Today we did the Homa of Saraswati.
其实她也是佛母。
So this deity is also a Buddha mother.
可以讲是文殊师利菩萨。
And we can say that she is the Buddha mother of Manjushri Bodhisattva, or the Buddha mother of Yamantaka. Why is she the Buddha mother of both Manjushri and Yamantaka? Because Yamantaka is a manifestation of Manjushri Bodhisattva. So Manjushri Bodhisattva transformed to become Yamantaka. So the Buddha mother is the same. So her sixth syllable is white. So today we wear white. Grandmaster is wearing white. Primarily because her sixth syllable is white and her body is also white. And she's a really beautiful Buddha mother. She's 16. Typically speaking, in Tibet or India, they always say 16. But now in the world, you need to be 18 to be considered an adult. But in India and Tibet, it was 16. So you're the most beautiful at 16. She has many names. She's called the goddess of eloquence. She's very eloquent. So she is an excellent debate and communication, and she's also the goddess of wonderful sounds, or the goddess of exquisite sounds, or the goddess of skills and talents. So in Tibet, there are the 5 sciences. If you need to learn, you want to learn the 5 sciences. And one of them is about sounds and languages of many countries. That's the science of sound. And also the learning of skills and crafts. So you can make wonderful and marvelous things. So she's also a goddess of talents and skills. And she's truly wise. So she's also called the goddess of eloquence. So when you receive the blessings of Saraswati from Saraswati, you would embody wisdom, eloquence, talents, and your voice would also be wonderful. And also the god of music, goddesses of music. And as we know, she looks 16 and she's holding a pipa or a lute instrument. there are many strings to this pipa. As I know, there are lute instruments with 3 strings, 5 strings, and many strings. Her left hand is in the posture of holding and playing a pipa, and the right hand, the index and thumb, are forming a circle, and it is as if playing the lute, the strings on a lute. So her mudra is like this. So playing the musical instrument, and her body is white, very beautiful, and white body, 1 face, 2 arms, seated, playing the lute instrument, and the 2 feet crossing each other, sitting cross-legged. She looks 16, beautiful, gentle, and elegant. And the mantra is the most beautiful, most marvelous mantra. Actually, her mantra is extremely long. If you have read the Sublime Golden Light Sovereign King of Sutras, she was mentioned, the goddess of eloquence. Oh, wonderful sound. So the goddess of eloquence is enough, not the great eloquence. But in Chinese, the great eloquence sounds bad. So, in the Sutra of Golden Light, it was spoken by Sakyamuni Buddha, and at the time, Sakyamuni Buddha expounded on the sutra. Saraswati stood up and told the Buddha that in the future, whenever a person is reciting the sutra or expounding on the sutra, she would support this person so that he gains great wisdom, great merits, and eloquence, and a great talents. She is willing to support this person and bestow lots of great fortunes. You know, Saraswati is also very famous in Japan. She's one of the 7 fortune gods, the only female fortune god of the 7 fortune gods of Japan. That's Saraswati. So in the Sovereign King of Sutras, there's a chapter of the Goddess of Eloquence, and at the Sakyamuni Spiritual Center, where Sakyamuni Buddha expounded on the Sovereign King of Sutras, Saraswati rose in the midst of the gathering and said to the Buddha, "If a reverend shall expound the sutra, and forgets the words or passages of the sutra, then I will assist the referent with wisdom and eloquence so that he become eloquent to remember and be enlightened without any hindrance. So, the countless sentient beings who hear the sutras, we would obtain the unimaginable good fortune and wisdom, eloquence, infinite great wisdom, ability to expound all treatises, and talents. They will transcend birth and death and quickly attain Bodhi. So this is what Saraswati said as recorded in the Sovereign King of Sutras. So if you would like to master communications and eloquence, then you need to learn from Saraswati, because all her speech is of great wisdom. So she's very wise and she can bestow wisdom. That's the most important, the mantra. Om Sarasati Soha or Om Sarasatiya Soha. If you have Saraswati as your yidam or main personal deity, you can increase your longevity, your great fortune. So she's also considered as a fortune god. She's one of the 7 fortune gods of Japan. She can enhance your wisdom, and that you would be equipped in your spiritual cultivation, and you can enhance your eloquence, your outfits, your food and drink, and wisdom. So anyone cultivating the Dharma of Saraswati will be able to eradicate all kinds of negativities, disasters, conflicts, illness, fightings, battles, nightmares, poisons, and evil spells can be eradicated. So she's the Buddha mother of Manjushri and Yamantaka. So the origin of Saraswati is extraordinary. You know that Saraswati is a bodhisattva on the 9th ground. So there are 10 grounds of bodhisattvahood. And she's at the 9th level, almost to the top. The 10th level of bodhisattvahood is called the equal enlightenment, and Buddhahood is the marvelous awakening. So the 11th ground is Buddhahood, so she's already close to Buddhahood. So she embodies great Dharma power. So if you have Saraswati as your yidam or main deity, then you would also have a remarkably high attainment. Those studying music, singing, because she's the goddess of music. She has the most marvelous sound. So of course, if you study music or you're an artist, then you can have this deity as your yidam. That would be wonderful. and they would be successful and talented, and these voices or sounds would be, or singing would be most wonderful. Now we'll be reciting from the Sutra of the Great Perfection Dharma, the Rainbow Dharmakaya transformation. Most tantrikas know that the finest spiritual cultivation results in the highest attainment of the body transformation into rainbow lights in the Great Perfection Dharma. There are three kinds of great attainments. The first kind is called Jalu Cheku in Tibetan. That is the attainment of rainbow Dharmakaya. And the second kind is Chalu Bojing, which is the attainment of rainbow longevity. And the third kind is Jalu Dape, the attainment of whole body sariras. So there are three attainments in Great Perfection Dharma. So rainbow body appears at the time of death. The whole body becomes a rainbow that rises to merge into the Dharma realm and eventually disappears. This is the attainment of a Dharma body through rainbow light transformation, where it merges with the ultimate consciousness of the universe. At the time of the cremation of the 16th Dharma King Karmapa, rainbow appeared from the cremation urn, rising to the sky, becoming rainbow light. His heart wasn't burned and became heart sarira. In this rainbow Dharma body attainment, some pieces of hair and nails may be left behind, whereas the rest evaporates into a rainbow light. As we know, there are many patriarchs of Great Perfection Dharma who attained rainbow light body transformation, including Prahavajra, Manjushri Mitra. He has the rainbow light transformation. Also Sri Singha, he also attained the rainbow light transformation. Also Vairochana also had rainbow light transformation. Also Guru Padmasambhava or the King Trizong Techen also had rainbow light transformation. That's the first kind of attainment. So when they leave the world, they attain the rainbow light transformation or manifestation. As you see, Grandmaster is at old age. After the new year would be 72. And in the future, will he attain the rainbow light transformation? It's difficult to say. Because the 16th Dharma King Karmapa had stomach cancer. And he was in Chicago.
United States, Chicago City.
In the city of Chicago of America, he passed away at 57. And his corpse was sent back to the Dragon Virtue Temple. And at the cremation there was a rainbow light appearing, and the heart stayed to become heart sarira. So this is joke. Actually, the 16 Karmapa was still young, but he suffered from illness, although he had attainments in his spiritual cultivation. Grandmaster at his old age, but this is a joke. Ow. There's an old man, and he told someone that he had 200 million. And the lady said, "Oh wow, then I'll marry you." And the old man said, "What? You want to get married to me?" So this is play of words of Chinese. So 200 millions in Chinese could also mean nostalgia and amnesia, memory loss. There was this joke that I told before. There was an old man took his girlfriend to a motel in Taiwan. It's a place for dating. And yet, when he got there, he forgot. Why do we come here? So he drove in, and then he drove out from the motel. And then, all of a sudden, he remembered, oh, what a waste. I forgot what we come to the motel for. So he's lost a great deal. So elderlies are really quite funny. They forget this and forget that, and they lose their memories. There are a couple of elderlies watching TV. And the wife asked the husband, "Go downstairs and get me an ice cream, and then put the strawberry on top of the ice cream." And the husband as the husband was leaving, the wife asked, "Can you please note it? Can you please write it down?" And the husband said, "Of course I would remember. There's no need to write it down." So he went down and went back up carrying a bowl of noodles. And the wife, seeing that, said, "See, I told you to put an egg on top of the noodle." So memory loss is scary. So the ex-president of America, President Reagan, and his wife was called Nancy. And he forgot about his own wife. He couldn't remember Nancy. But he remembered the wife of a neighbor. So that's the joke about ex-President Reagan, and I hope that Grandmaster will not be like that. Why? Grandmaster is expounding on the rainbow light transformation. In practicing the Great Perfection Dharma, there is a very special and unique attainment, is that your body will transform to become light. How come? Why? Because your inner fire, the tumor, has been ignited. Today it's very cold. Tonight and tomorrow would be extremely cold, that we would have snow above 600 meters. There would be snow above 600 meters. That's very rare in Taiwan. Typically above 1,000 or 2,000 meters that we would have snow. So it's very cold. But if you practice the inner fire, then you will not feel cold. You would maintain a stable temperature of your body, 16 degrees. Your body is always at 16. So like the room temperature that you maintain at 16 when you have a heater, it's the same that you have a heater inside your body, that it would generate heat. So even when it's cold outside, your body is always at the same warmth. So today, although Grandmaster is wearing a scarf, because I always use my throat, so I want to protect my throat. But I only wear one layer of dragon robe and a layer of this Lama skirt, Lama outfit, and a very thin underwear. So will I wear long pants underneath? No. I wear safety underwear, a boxer.
我穿四角裤，短袖啦，中文讲短袖。
And short sleeve. Let me lift my leg. Not showing off my legs. My legs were really fair. But a sister of Master Lien Ning invited me to Greece and Europe. Most people, when they travel in Greece, they spend a day in Athens and another day around the islands, and a day visiting the museums. And there's a very famous island. What is it called? There's a famous island, and you spend about 3 days in Greece. That's Athens. Athens. And there is the goddess of Athens, the palace, Acropolis, and then go to the islands for a day, and then visiting the museums for another day, and then that would be it. But we spent 9 days in Greece, and the local guide told us, you spend 9 days in Greece? I don't even know where to bring you guys. Why do you spend 9 days in Greece? I don't know. They also got confused. So the travel agency somehow arranged 9 days in Greece and only a very short few days here and there. And only in Greece we spend 9 days. And the sun in Greece is most famous. You know, the Aegean Ocean, and then the sun. There's a sun in the sky and another sun in the Aegean Ocean. And also the rocky roads. So a sun in the sky, a sun in the sea, and then a sun on the ground. So with the strong sun, all the capillaries broke in my legs, and I was under the sun for 9 days. So the capillaries broke, and it became the tiger skin marks. So 9 days I kept looking at the sun, absorbing the light from the Aegean Sea, and then but as a result my capillaries all broke. But everybody else was fine. Anyone was going with us? Nobody. And Lian Ning is not here either. Oh, right. Li Ren, you stood up. Yeah, you were there. 9 days, right? In Greece. Yes. And we ate Greek food all the time. Master Lian Ning said that we should eat local foods. Oh my gosh. Is that good food? They only serve bread and not even that much cheese. Everything is deep fried. So veggie, bread, and just a little bit of cheese. That's the delicious food mentioned. And then finally, when they get to see a Chinese restaurant, and Lin Liren, when he saw the bowl of rice, his eyes became teary, and before even eating it, he was crying. See how bad it was? You can ask him. So we suffered greatly for 9 days in Greece. 9 days. I always remember that. The celestial maidens of the 9 heavens. So talking about the sun in Greece and lights. So in Great Perfection Dharma, you borrow the lights from the outside and merge with the lights inside your body. So you gaze at the lights and absorb the lights. And the lights inside the body actually is the inner fire. When the inner fire and the light drops is like the oil. When the fire and the oil are burning together, it can open the 5 chakras of the body. And the 5 chakras have lights. And the brow chakra it's a white light. At the root chakra, it's a red light. At the heart chakra, it's a blue light. At the navel chakra, it's a green light. And at the secret chakra, it's a yellow light. That's 5 chakras. And the top chakra, the crown chakra, and the base chakra, altogether 7 chakras. And they all have lights. And when the lights appear, there would be like a rainbow. When the 5 chakras are open, then the lights would appear, would be emitted. And the lights accumulate together with the inner fire. And when the body is cremated, then it would become rainbow light. The physical body would evaporate to become rainbow light. And those were the reasons. The brow chakra, white light. The throat chakra, red light. The heart chakra, blue light. The navel chakra, green light. The secret chakra, yellow light. And then 2 other colors that would become the 7 color rainbow lights appearing. As long as you can open the 5 chakras, then you can become rainbow light. This is the Dharma practice of great perfection. Why Prahivajra, Manjushri Mitra can transform to become rainbow lights, also Sri Singha, Vairochana, Guru Padmasambhava, and the king Trisong Techen, and the 16 Dharma King Kamapa can transform to become rainbow lights because they open all the 5 chakras. As long as you practice the inner fire and the light drops, and the merging of the 2 open the chakras one by one, then you would show the radiance, the lights, radiance, and also transcendental power and self-mastery. So at college, after the exam, the teacher asked the class, why our scores are worse than the next class? Because you didn't teach the class next door. So a good teacher will teach good, the students of a good teacher will become good. If the teacher teach the right methods, then they would have attainments. So once you have attainments in the non-leaking practice, it's easy for you to have attainment in the inner fire. And once you have attainments in the inner fire practice, then it's easy for you to have attainments in the light draw practice. And once you have attainments in the inner fire and light drops, then the 5 chakras will be opened. And once they're opened, naturally the lights would be illuminated, would be emitted. So a good teacher will be able to teach great perfection Dharma and how to practice the inner fire, the light drops, and the merging of the inner fire and the light drops, and how to open the 5 chakras. These are all very important for Buddhahood. And this is the key formulas to Buddhahood, is to transform the whole body into lights and merge with the space, the sky. A student was sleeping in class and the teacher woke him up. The teacher asked him, "Why are you sleeping?" And the student said, "Because my eyelids were sick." And the teacher asked, what kind of sickness do they have? And the student said, it's closing down by itself. So actually, in Chinese, it's a play of words of Chinese. So Grandmaster has a very routine life. Because Grandmaster was in the military, there's a benefit in this, is that you would have discipline in your daily routines, when to sleep, when to get up, and when to do everything is a very disciplined and routine, then you would be healthy. Especially for tantric practitioners, you cannot be so weak. If you're really weak, how can you ignite your inner fire? So if your body is so weak that you have no energy, no spirit, so you need this vital energy to open your channels. So if your channels are not open, are not free and flowing, then you would be sick. So when it is blocked, then it would be inflamed and painful. So this is a key point. First, you need to practice the qi, the vital energy. You have to this vital energy, because this vital energy is the key ingredient in opening your channels. So in Tantrayana, we say that we transform the mundane qi into the wisdom qi, and when the qi moves inside the channels, it would open it to be free and flowing and open. And then you use the qi to blow on the inner fire, and at the forefinger width below the navel, at the navel chakra. So as if you're rubbing the wood to ignite the fire, you use the qi to blow on that point to ignite the inner fire, and the inner fire would move all over your body. And the light drops would be melted, and drips, which is the body chakra at the brow chakra. So you melt the body chakra to become light drops and drips, and the inner fire meets the light drops at the heart chakra. And to burn the heart chakra, then you would be able to open it. And this is a very special practice in spiritual cultivation. If you often feel weak and sickly, then genki nai, kimochi warui, then of course you are not energetic, you have no energy, you are in bad moods, you have no good spirits. Kimochi in Japanese. Is there kimochi in Japanese? Yes. I understand. So good spirit or energetic every day. You're in a good mood, good energy. That's most important. So the vitality, the vital energy becomes the fire, and the fire melts the water, and the fire merges with the water to open the 5 chakras. And all you need, the power of the mind. You are only able to do this with focus and concentration. You need to be free of desires, and you need to be in full concentration, and your daily life is routine and disciplined. This is very important, and you lack desires, and you cannot be falling asleep or being sleepy. Chinese New Year, the department stores are having clearances, and we want to go shopping, and thought about it for all morning, but I don't know if I'm missing anything. Like Grandmaster doesn't miss anything. So clearances prior to the Chinese New Year's at the department stores, then you want to go shopping. So what do I have to buy? Do I need anything? No, but all we need is money. Do we lack anything? No, we just lack money. So it's best to reduce your desires to the minimum. So it's very important to keep your desires at the minimum. If you think about money too much, or you're too materialistic, or you're too indulgent, that's not good. Because once you have the desire, it's very easy to grasp at that desire, to get attached to it. Once you have a desire, it's very difficult to stay focused and in concentration. So you need to learn to be in full concentration as taught in Buddhism. Where is your mind? Most importantly, your mind has to be focused. If you cannot have focus, it's impossible for you to achieve anything. So if you are tempted or enticed by the outside material world, by money, by desires, then you would fall into the deviant path. This is very important, these 2 things, which are, as Buddhists, we need to keep our desires to a minimum. And by keeping the desires at the minimum, that's healthy, that's good for your body. That in your mind it's clear and simple. That's concentration. And your desires is so little, and you will not get attached to the desires. You do not fall into the ocean of desires. So money, sex, fame and name are like seas of desires. Once you fall into it, it's impossible to get out. So wealth, sex, name are the origins of health. Money, sex, and name, if you pursue them all your life, at the end of your life, you have got nothing. And you don't learn concentration and study Buddhism, and you have wasted your life. voice of the wife came from the house. "Oh, he's back. Please hide." And the husband heard that when the husband got to the door. "He's back. Go hide." And the husband knew, hearing that, as he walked into the house, he found the closet moving a little bit. And they live on the 5th floor because it's like a clothes cabinet made of plastic, and the husband was going to throw it from the 5th floor, and the wife said, "Oh, wait, please listen to what I have to say." And the husband said, "No need to explain." And right away he threw the closet down, and wife told the husband, "You know, Xiaomin wanted to play hide and seek with you, and he died, and he was only 7 years old." So that's the accident due to sex. Because what the husband had on his mind was about sex. So he harmed his kid. If he had listened to the wife a little bit more, then it would not have happened. Many things were like that. Sometimes, please don't have any hang-ups or don't grasp on anything. Just be calm at anything. Even the husband, there's no need to get angry. You can always talk about it. No big deal. This kind of things happen so much. It's normal. There's no need to get angry. I often say this. In the military, we often said this. There's so many grasses under the heaven. Why do we get attached to just one flower? And we are in the military, but the heart is at home, thinking about the flower at home. We often see these phrases written on the walls in the lavatories. So if you take it lightly, that's no big deal. Why do you get so upset? Then how can you cultivate spiritually? As a spiritual cultivator, you want to be always calm, no matter what you encounter. And you never lose your temper. You can always talk about it gallantly. There's no big deal, no problems in this world. The most important thing is to be in full concentration and to study well the true Buddha Dharma. And for the outer Dharma practices, by gaining the yogic response, and the inner practices by the attainments. And then you have both the outer and inner attainments of the Dharma practices. Then you would emit radiance and transform into rainbow lights. Om Mani Padme Hum.